Now that we've got the hardware sorted out, it's time to start writing our software. All the code we're about to write, by the way, is available on my GitHub account at github.com/codefoster/tweetmonkey. Feel free to clone it. Here once again is the basic framework code for writing a Cylon.js app that we looked at in depth together in a previous module. Let's review it quickly so we're sure that we're ready for the Twitter code that's coming next. First, we require the Cylon library. Then we call the robot method to define our robot. I'll call this Edison to be clear that this entity represents the board that we're working with. I'll use the Intel-IoT adapter to talk to the board. I'll define a single device using the basic direct pin driver. I'll mark that it's pin 2, and I'll call this monkey. This is actually our relay that we have plugged into pin 2, but logically, as far as our code is concerned, it's the monkey, so it makes sense to call it that. When the pin is high, the relay closes and the monkey animates. When it's low, the relay opens and the monkey goes silent. Here, in the work function, we're going to put our Twitter code. But for now, I've left this comment so that you can see how we would set the pin high by referring first to the Edison, then to the monkey, and finally to the method. Finally, we start this robot, and that should kick things off. Next, we're going to want to connect to Twitter. Now, whenever you want to do something like this, you have to do a bit of research to find the right module. I found the Twitter module by browsing npmjs.org and looking for the Twitter modules that had a lot of use and made sure that they utilized Twitter's streaming API. I didn't want my code to continuously be pulling Twitter looking for tweets. Any tweets yet? How about now? How about now? But rather, I wanted it to subscribe and let Twitter call me directly when the right tweet comes in. Next, we want to connect to Twitter by doing a simple require Twitter. Whenever you want to do something like this, you have to do a bit of research to find the right module. I found the Twitter module by browsing npmjs.org and looking for the Twitter modules that had a lot of use by other developers, and I made sure that they utilized Twitter's streaming API. I didn't want the code to continuously be polling Twitter looking for tweets. Any tweets yet? How about now? How about now? But rather, I wanted to subscribe and let Twitter call me directly when the right tweet comes in. Next, I need to authenticate on Twitter. Gone are the days where Twitter just let anybody use their API without authentication. Now you have to register your app and get a consumer key and secret, and an access token key and secret if you want to do so much as query public tweets. Don't worry, it's not that hard though. Here I've put my actual keys in the config file. That way I can check in this app.js to GitHub as is and keep my actual Twitter account keys private by just not checking in the config.js file, or actually by checking it in with templated strings. If you're new to Node, that's what we're doing here is we're requiring a file that actually lives in the same directory as the app.js. If you're new to Node, what we're doing here is requiring a file that actually lives in the same directory as the app.js file. You can get your own keys by going to apps.twitter.com, logging into your Twitter account, and following the simple directions to creating a new Twitter app. Then, we instantiate a Twitter object and configure it with our specific keys. From here forward, in this file, we'll use the word twit to refer to this object. Now, to tie into the Twitter streaming API and tell it that we're interested in any tweets with the hashtag tweetmonkey, first we call the stream method, then we tell it that we're interested in filtering tweets, we want to track the hashtag tweetmonkey, and then in the resulting function body we use the stream to tie up to the data event. That means that this code is going to fire every time a tweet is received, and the data object is going to hold the tweet. So cool. So we can console log out the screen name of the person that tweeted and the text of their tweet, then access edison.monkey and animate tweetmonkey by setting the pin high, then using a set timeout to wait 2 seconds and set the pin back low again. And that'll do it. Let's see the whole thing end to end.